Welcome to the premiere episode of Behind the Sign, Season 1, Episode 1. Hi, everyone, and welcome to the show. This is Behind the Sign. The business is the sign, and the story is the owner. And today, we are sitting here with Kimberly Story from Lepa Jewelry. Hi, Kimberly. Thanks for joining us.
Well, thank you so much for inviting me. I'm so excited.
So we're excited too. We can't wait to tell your story. You have a great story. We've kind of already talked to you about that a couple of times, but we can't wait for you to tell the audience and let them know what inspired you, how you got where you are today. We have some pictures from your shop, so we're going to be able to listen to your stories about the jewelry that you make. So we have lots of good stuff.
Fun times. They came to the shop yesterday, and we just had the best time.
We did.
Absolutely. So why don't we start out by telling where your shop is located?
Well, my shop, Lepa Jewelry Design Studio and Boutique, is located at 126 Market House Square. It's in downtown Paducah. If you know where the tiles are that are super popular for all the pictures.
They're beautiful.
Yes.
That's my shop right there. So.
Yes. It's kind of back in a little
I've got
nook, cranny,
I'm kind of in my own little nick of the woods, but I love it.
And I love what you did. You put a speaker outside.
Yes.
So when people are walking down the alley, they hear your music, and they're like, what? That's what I did.
I
like,
heard the
what
music
is it?
all the way from the corner. And I was like, I didn't know they had music down here on this street.
No,
and the closer I got, because I'm all about music.
Music's always been a very big part of my life and my family. Growing up, we were singers and the thing. So music's always been a part of my life. And when I moved downtown, and it just had that Memphis downtown feel to me, and so I had to do it.
I never thought about that, but now that you say Memphis downtown feel, I see that.
Yeah. Well, I tell you, when I first pulled up in the parking lot where the gazebo is, when I was first visiting before I moved here, I got in my car and Donovan Woods was playing his keyboard outside of Doe's, and I was like, oh, this is a taste of home.
Isn't he cool?
And I was like, oh, I love it already. So,
Yes.
Yeah. So I don't want to get ahead. I want to make sure that we kind of go down through here, because if I get too ahead of ourselves, Sherry and I will forget to ask you questions.
Sure.
But, so if you will change to let's get her logo up there. So Lepa Jewelry, this is what folks are looking for coming down Market House, right?
Absolutely. There's a big black and white sign.
And you're pretty much always there.
Always, pretty much always.
Do you have anyone that we talked about this a little bit today in our group?
My daughter and my granddaughter help me out from time to time, but they're both pretty busy. So, but I am hiring a virtual assistant to help me with some of my marketing. But other than that, it's just me.
That's a lot on your shoulders.
It's a lot.
You're running everything, opening the store, closing the store, and making all of the jewelry that you sell in the store, pretty much,
my
right?
shelves are looking pretty barren right now, so I'm a little bit behind, but I'll catch up, I promise.
So how long have you been in business?
So I started selling to the public in 2017, and I just, it just came to me by accident, and so I just found myself with all this material, all these pieces of jewelry that I was making.
All right, wait there, because I think we have a picture of your inspiration piece.
Yes, you do. Okay, yes, you do.
So let's talk about this, Kimberly. Tell us.
So in 2012, I was laid off, probably a couple of years before that. And I don't know. The whole jewelry was never on my radar. I never thought I was going to be a maker, and up until a particular time in my life, I didn't even wear a lot of jewelry. But for whatever reason, in 2012, I wandered into a craft department, and after years of realizing that I trying to be a creative person and failing at everything, I found I couldn't find it.
Okay. It was just waiting up in your future.
It was waiting.
This
It was kind of divinely. I was divinely guided at the right time, I think.
Yeah.
And so I found this little piece in a craft department, and I thought, or some of it, I added some of those things. But I thought, wouldn't that be cool on a necklace? I mean, that's what it was for, I'm sure. I was like brainstorming. And so that piece traveled with me for 3 years before I actually attempted to make it. And then I was so frustrated because I couldn't figure out how to open a jump ring. And
okay,
so
wait.
I did some.
All right, I know Sherry knows what you're talking about.
Sherry knows what
and
you're
I
talking
heard
about.
you guys talk about this in the store, but I don't look. I'm not a jewelry person. What's a jump ring? Because I know there was some trick to this, right?
There's this looks like it might be a little jump ring right here, but it's a jump ring. It's a little circle that connects things together, right?
Okay.
And so when you open it, your first instinct is to open it this way. And
To pull it.
To pull it open.
Right.
And it doesn't open that way. It opens this way. So I had to actually do some research to figure out how to open the darn thing. I was like, it can't be that difficult. It was just, silly. And so that kind of led me into my, and I've got a very analytical brain. So if I have to figure things out.
Right.
And so I did that. And so I ended up making that necklace. And then I was curious and I wanted to learn a little bit more. So I went and bought a beginner's kit at Michael's and put it all together. And I thought I did pretty good. And then the bug just bit. I mean, it just wouldn't let go. And so it was just, so I just was making. And then I had all of this material, all this jewelry, necklaces, bracelets, and all the things. And I met this man, my ex-husband and I had just moved to Evansville, Indiana. And there was this older gentleman that lived on our street. And he invited me to come to a little show that he was doing. He said, I'll set up a table for you and all these things. And everything sold really well. And I thought, well, I'm going to be a jeweler.
You just knew. Like in that moment.
In that moment, I knew it was going to be a business.
It was like what do they call it? A God wink.
Yeah.
You knew.
Oh, yeah, I like that. A God wink.
I love that. And I actually love this piece of jewelry, and I was so glad to know that you had your inspiration piece. Because sometimes people don't even know what that piece is till many years down the road, and then it's gone.
Right.
But you knew.
Nope,
and I
held
think
on
that's
to it.
super special.
Yes.
Super special.
Finding out our why first. That's for any business owner, leader, you've got to know your why.
Right.
Before you jump in.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So what was your why?
Well, my why was really about confidence and building your confidence and doing, sometimes we got to wear it. And I'm somebody that has to wear it. And I mean, I shared with you a story yesterday if y'all want to hear it.
Yes, absolutely. Of course, we're here to tell your story, so let's tell it.
This story is really, it was years before any of this, but it laid the foundation for who I am and what I do and why I do it. So I was up for a job interview. I was in my early 30s, and I was getting.
Aren't you there now? I mean.
Yes we are. Yeah, it was just a couple of years ago.
That's exactly where we all are.
Yeah, it's just a couple of years ago, just a short years ago.
Okay.
But I was up for a promotion. I was applying for a promotion. I wasn't up for it. I was applying for a promotion. And there were, there were four of us that were applying for the same job, and I was the least qualified with no college degree or that type of thing. But I knew that I was the best for the job because I'm very tenacious and I figure things out and I just make it happen. But it was going to be a panel interview. There were 4 panelists, and I'd never done that before, and it was terrifying.
It is
and
terrifying.
Everybody was doing all these Excel spreadsheets and PowerPoint presentations, and I didn't know. After that fact, taught myself those things, but at the time, I didn't know what I was going to do, and I thought, well, I'm probably just not going to get this job, but I wasn't going to not give it a whirl. And so I talked to one of my managers, and she said, just leave them with no questions. Doesn't matter what you do, but leave them with no questions.
Oh, what great advice.
It was great advice. And so I went to work and I just wrote things down and I typed it up and I put had my speech on my index cards, and I just gave them each a packet of, what I was going to talk about. And but what really made it work was when I was preparing what I was going to wear. And so I went shopping and I bought a blue pencil skirt suit.
Power.
It was a power. It was navy blue, so it was power. It made me feel power when I put that one on. I tried several, but that was the one made me feel confident. And then so I was getting ready, and I was reading my speech and getting myself all ready to roll. And so I put my suit on. I put my hair up. And then I had these long dangly earrings I borrowed from my sister, and I put those on, and I was like, I was a different woman. I was like, I got this.
Like some magic
It
happened.
was magic. It literally was magic, and I knew at that moment that I had it. And so I did. I got that job.
You stepped
Oh,
I
into
got
your
that
future
job.
self.
I absolutely did. And
you rocked her.
Yes.
I love that.
I did. They had no questions. The HR manager who was on the panel later told me that afternoon. She said, we were in the elevator together, and I didn't even know that was you. She didn't recognize me. I mean, I just had that kind of power.
Right.
In my whole.
You know, our physical
being.
appearance really does change
Yeah.
when we fill with power
Right.
or even anger or sadness. You know,
Right.
like physically we change. So
Absolutely.
you had the physical change.
I had the
that
physical
matched your
change, but
power.
more importantly, I knew in that instant what a pair of earrings can do for you.
Oh, and
And I
can
wanted-
they ever?
And did they ever? And so when I started doing this and really started realizing that this was going to be a business, I knew that's the message I wanted. I wanted to help other women have that same feeling when you need it.
So, so just kind of staying with that a little bit. I'm hearing what you're saying, and I'm wondering. So, did you start out just really focusing on the earrings, or did that quickly lead to I want to do the whole?
I started out, I was just going to do some beaded bracelets. I was only going to do bracelets. And then I made a necklace, and I was like, oh, well, that makes me feel good. But when I started doing the earrings is when I really, that's when that message really, I knew that's where I was headed. So earrings are my jam, and it's my favorite thing because I feel like a pair of earrings gives you that power more than anything else, like your earrings.
I love it, which are your earrings, and they do feel so powerful.
Do they? I know
love
because
them.
I swiped the first pair and I wear them all.
And I love that. And okay, so I call them. Well, you call them, and I asked Lenny to come get the shoulder dusters.
Right?
But what is it that you really call them? What's
Well,
their real name?
Okay, the original name was a cocktail shoulder dusters because
Okay.
I designed them to wear with your, it was during the holiday season. I designed them to wear with your sleeveless cocktail dress so that you could
Which,
just
perfect.
It would be
They
perfect, and you don't have to wear a necklace with it.
Right,
so
and they scream cocktail dress or
you do that, yeah. But I put the first pair on and kept them. And they just became my everyday earring. And people that have bought them, they've gone out of town, they've called me and said, I've got one customer friend of mine that called me from the airport, and she said, I used to go to the airport and people used to always look at me. She said, nobody looks at me anymore. And she said, everybody's looking at me today. So those kind of things. And, for those particular earrings, another customer said that people were screaming at her from across the restaurant, asking about her earrings. Your earrings are fantastic. And so that just, that just does it for that. Just gives me chills.
And I like the badass boss.
Oh,
Yeah.
I call
Is
them
that
now.
what it was?
I changed the name in my mind to my badassery earrings.
The badassery earrings. I was trying so hard, so I couldn't even actively what is it that she called?
Yes.
The badassery. Because
Yes.
honestly,
Oh, yeah.
if I'm just being like totally transparent, there is some kind of transformation that goes
There
on when I
is.
put them on. I
Yes.
do wear them every day just because sometimes I wake up and I'm a little depleted or I feel low,
Right.
and I can put these earrings on, and that this is not a lie. I feel so much better. It has the badassery.
I know that. And I know
And
when people come in and say, well, I can't pull that off, I'm like, yes, you can. And
Yeah.
furthermore, you're going to want it. You're going to want to feel that.
Absolutely. I wear them every day, and the girls around the office look at them, and I'm scared they're going to steal them, so I have to hide them with my hand. But I love them. So I see that Renee has actually pulled up a picture here
I
of
almost
a
wore
piece
that.
of
I almost
jewelry.
wore that today.
And they look a little like the earrings, but I don't know because
Yes.
I'm
Yes.
I-
Well, yes, that necklace was made on purpose. I mean, it was an original design, but I made that, and it also has. I did a series, and you're wanting me to tell you the story.
Yep, I want to hear the
good.
story.
Okay, so there's a bluegrass stand-up bass badass gal that she grew up in this area, and her name is Vicki Vaughn. And her friend told her, and this wasn't long after I had moved here and opened the store, she said, you got to go, next time you're in time, you got to go to this store, and told her to come to my store. And so she came in and we talked to, just made friends. I try to make friends with all of my customers. But I made a ring for her, a custom ring for her. And then the next time she came in, she was showing me a picture of the outfit that she was going to wear because she was being nominated for a Grammy. And I loved it. I mean, it was just, I loved it. And I said, you have to let me design a necklace for that. And so I did that, a few pieces for her. But I really just loved her name. I love shapes and, geometric. All things geometric. So her name is Vicky Vaughn. So I had to do a play on her. So that's what the V's are.
I love
signify.
it so much.
Yeah. And it looks like two necklaces, but it's just one. And it just kind of gives you a little powerhouse. And then I also have a longer version that kind of goes all the way down. That was actually posted this week on another customer. Because she waited a year to buy that.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, she had been looking at it for a year, and she finally said,
Pulled the trigger.
it's mine.
I wish I could look at
And
some for you.
so, yeah, there are earrings that go with them. They're a little bit shorter that I recommend with these ones. These ones, this is gold-filled material, which is tarnish resistant and all the things. But these ones are yellow gold, which I wanted for myself. So I do offer it in both. But I do the long version in that and the short version.
Well, it's absolutely beautiful.
Yeah.
I
Just
love it
beautiful.
so much.
And I love the story behind it. And you do still have that in the shop. So if somebody
I
wants
do
to
have
purchase
this one in the shop. The long one is not in the shop, but everything can be ordered.
Right. So if you're just listening and you're not watching, you might want to turn us on
Yes.
to YouTube because we're going to show some really fabulous pictures of the jewelry that Kimberly makes. I'm not sure what's up next, but does this one have a story? Because I love it. I love the simplicity of this piece.
This piece I just made because it was just in my head. Sometimes things just come in my head. Most of everything I make really around clothing because I love fashion. But this piece just came in my head, and this is also a V. It could have been in that collection, but it really wasn't. But this piece is it's twisted. I did this, it's a heavy gauge wire, but I want it. I don't know if you can't really tell from here, but
Right.
it's pretty unique because it's very twisted. And I just wanted something that was simple, that you could still layer with, but it was simple, but still.
I love it because I feel
have
like
a
you could
statement.
wear it with a T-shirt
You
almost.
can.
And it just is that neat statement piece that people look at. It catches your eye.
Yeah.
It's not too much. It's not too little. And it's just a nice statement piece.
It's a statement piece, but yeah, I absolutely love it with a pair of, white T-shirt and a pair of blue jeans.
Oh, yeah.
I like it because it reminds me of a horseshoe.
And
I love it because you've got it going in the right. For a woman wearing that piece, I see a horseshoe. It's going in the right way because they always say, if you turn your horseshoe this direction, the luck's going to run out.
Right.
But see, you've got it going in the right direction, and the luck will not run out for the lady wearing that.
Right, and the chain really will kind of lay.
It's
really
beautiful.
well.
And you have different kinds of metals in there, right? So you
Yes.
have gold and gold filled.
I
and
work with
silver.
a variety of metals. I work with yellow gold. I work with gold and rose gold filled metals. Sterling silver. The silver that I prefer is Argentium sterling silver, which is an upgrade to 925. It has more silver in it, and it's naturally tarnish resistant, which everybody loves that.
Yes.
And then I also work with brass, bronze, and copper because they're fun.
Yeah.
I can make mistakes with those, so I test.
So you have something for everyone.
I try
no
to
matter
have
what they're
something
looking for. Something for everyone.
The other little tip that with the silver that I learned years ago is, your body has got the natural oils and everything in it that if you wear it consistently, it will not tarnish.
Well, it's not exposed to air.
It's not exposed to air.
And
is what it
honestly,
is.
tarnish has really more to do with your own body chemistry makeup than it does. I mean, if you've got a balanced pH level, nothing's going to tarnish on you.
That is exactly true. That's exactly true. So that's, like with your jewelry, don't worry about the tarnish because you're going to wear it every day.
Right. Well,
And
this
it's gonna-
ring, which
Yeah,
I'm
this
actually
is a
wearing,
special ring, right?
I
Oh, yeah.
love
this is
ring.
actually brass. And I made this a little over a year ago, and then I never even did anything with it because I had a bracelet too, and the bracelet had a problem with it, and I just never repaired it, so the ring just kind of sat beside it, and it tarnished. because it was sitting. Now, I've been wearing it probably for the last 3 or 4 months.
Except for the time
Every
you sold it off
day.
your finger.
Well, this one I didn't sell off my finger.
Not yet.
Not yet. She's got her eyes on it.
Sherry.
It happens.
Not yet. I'm gonna
It can
buy it.
happen. But yeah, but since I wash my hands in it, and so it's still,
Nice.
it's still brass. It's still gold. And so yeah, that has if you're wearing it just like the permanent jewelry, if you're wearing it because you are wearing it every day and you're
Right.
all the things, it just doesn't tarnish.
Yeah. Well, that ring is just lovely.
I love it.
And this, I'm not sure what the story is here, but I love your mannequin setup, and I love the pearls and the shorter necklace with it. It was super cute.
Well,
So there was just a shot we took in your store, which is, by the way, I love your store. It's small and it's quaint, but it feels so nice to be in there and to know
really
that these
did.
pieces are yours and you're the artist behind them.
Thank you.
It does feel really nice. I love the size of it, and you can actually see her workbench where she actually does
I think
it.
we have some
It's-
pictures
and you just
somewhere.
connect.
Oh,
you connect with everything.
But before we get
immediately.
there,
the artist, the work, everything.
So that one is one of my newer. I actually haven't even posted on this. I had one similar to it. It sold pretty quickly. It's a lavender agate, and it's just the gentleman that I bought the stones from. I bought just a small amount of stones. He's from Nashville. He sources stones from all over the world, and he's just amazing at it. He does a lot of just one of a kind, just very unique shapes, and so I had to do it.
oh, it
So-
was beautiful.
so
It was
that one-
eye-catching.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
So
It's a good one.
thank
Really
you.
good one.
And that one's probably my most favorite ring I've ever made.
Why is that?
Well, it started off as a different ring. There was a stone that was the stone. Actually, it was Vicki Vaughn's, the one I was making for Vicki Vaughn.
Oh.
And as I was setting it, it kind of fell off. And I thought, well, I did all this work. And so all of this is just wire that I melted into little balls and then just soldered them on there. And this is actually just a big old piece of wire that I soldered. So I just kind of did that because I needed to do something with it. I wasn't going to let it go
Right.
to waste. And so that just
And so I think that's what I walked out of your store knowing that I didn't know. Like, I just had this newfound respect for what you do. Like, when just normal people like me that are not jewelry people, I don't make it. I don't know what the time that goes into it. I just had no idea, and I just didn't know to appreciate all those things that you do to make that piece
Right.
of jewelry. And this ring is fabulous, but when you tell me the things that you did to make that and the story behind it,
Yeah, and it's not something that we
changes
can
it.
really, say all the time. When you're posting about it or you're putting it on your website, it's hard for you to explain. Well, this ball was just done with, so you can't.
yeah,
really
well, how do you
provide
tell
all those
that?
details.
But I
so.
think, and I know we have a picture that'll come up somewhere in these pictures, but it's a ring that you're making.
Oh, that
I hate to skip over the bracelet, but flip and we can come back. Another beautiful piece. Keep going. Just because I think it's important. Right here,
There,
right?
yes.
This is a ring that you're making.
Yes.
it's
well,
made.
It's made.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You and Sherry were talking. Oh, it's on your finger.
Yes.
I eyeballed it immediately. I'm like, you did that.
I finished it.
It's
Wasn't
fabulous.
planning to
It's
But
get
see,
it.
people like me, ordinary people, we don't know it starts out like that.
Yeah.
You know why? Because we're spoiled. Like, we go into these stores like Michael's where you just buy those, like your first inspiration piece where you start out and you're like, I want to know how to do that from the start. It's easy to assume that maybe, you just don't have all that work in it. And then I see this and I'm like, oh my God, like, I just didn't know you did all that. It's amazing.
Well, thank you. It's
And I'll
it's
have
lot
to
of
take
work,
a
but
closer
it
look
doesn't
at it.
feel like work because it's so satisfying. I mean, it does in the process sometimes. I'm throwing things and saying really bad, horrible things come out of my mouth. But when it's done, it's worth it.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. So we'll make sure to
That
put
was
a picture of that up for, I can do that and post edit because I think people need to see what it started as and what you brought in here today. That's pretty incredible.
People don't
So-
understand, people don't understand our jobs or our passions, things like that, the way that they start from start to finish and what it takes. I mean, I know, with my job, well, all you do is push a button, and it just like falls into place.
Right.
No, that ring did not start like that. It was a large process for an artist to dream that up, lay that out, and
so this is a good picture for us to go to, because this does show how you do some of the work. So tell me what I'm looking at here.
Well, I wanted to have a few new things on the floor on Friday because we have a cocktail trail downtown, and so I thought, who doesn't love teardrops? And so I'm making some teardrop earrings, and they're going to have some chain dangling from it. So they're bigger teardrops, but I just wanted to do, I like long. I like long. So yeah, that was it. And then I showed you how I soldered the tips of those together. And then I'll have some in some other colors, hopefully available. Not Friday, Saturday. I forgot we changed our cocktail.
Saturday.
Saturday.
okay.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Oh,
and there you are doing your thing.
What was I doing? Exactly.
I don't know. I think you were looking at your ring.
Oh, we were looking at the permanent jewelry. I think we were looking at this ring.
Oh,
Here.
yes.
How-
Okay.
maybe.
Yes.
Talking about that.
Okay. All right.
I love this. I just feel like this is you and your element here.
Yeah, those are some really attractive goggles. Right?
Okay, so full disclosure, Sherry and I came in your store and we absolutely could not leave without having some permanent jewelry put on. So this picture we're looking at right now is Sherry decided to do ankle bracelet, which is absolutely gorgeous. And you have 3.
I do.
And they're placed on your ankle to where
And
they
you
actually
will eventually
stack.
too. 'Cause
Yes, when I grow up, I'm going to have 3 ankle bracelets just like my friend Kimberly.
it's addictive. I mean, they're
It
so
really
beautiful, and you're like, I gotta have another one.
It's absolutely gorgeous.
And they complement each other
Yeah.
so well.
Yes. So Sherry got the ankle bracelet. I got
pearl?
the bracelet.
Yes.
Oh yeah, you got
Mine's
the pearl
got a
on
little
yours.
pearl in my ankle bracelet.
I got a simple one that's silver and I don't even know,
Go, Phil.
gold fill, and it's little tiny hearts.
Oh, and that's the heart. So it's got it's tricolor. It's silver, gold, and rose gold.
And can I just tell you, and I look, I'm not making this up just because we're doing a show and trying to promote your business, because your business actually promotes itself. It's
does.
amazing. But I just want to say, I got out of bed this morning and I felt like a little kid at Christmas. Like I had those little butterflies. When I felt it on my
love
arm,
that.
I was like, and I just, when I went, out of the bedroom into the light, I was like, oh my God, I really, really love this piece. And before we came to your shop, we kind of had some discussion where we said, sometimes things choose you.
Right.
And I thought this was just meant to be. And I think it chose me before I ever knew it
I
chose
love
me
that.
when I came into your store. But
I love that.
it's
Well,
beautiful.
and I will tell you that people that have had to have them cut off for surgeries or something like that, they're crazy
Like
to
in
get
a
them back
panic.
on. They're
Yes.
I got to have it back on. It does something to you when it's not there.
Right.
Just
I don't know. I felt it,
does.
this morning. Did
It
you?
does.
Did you have that same thing? This morning?
Absolutely. I did. As I got ready for bed last night. I mean,
I know that because the anklets are, for me,
There's
was more than
something
there's something about the
there's
anklets.
something about the
You can't
anklet.
stop looking at it.
You cannot stop looking at it. It really does empower. It gives you. I don't know what.
And
it
you
does
researched
give you.
that last
I
night.
did. I went and I actually researched because I am drawn to pearls. I love the pearl, and we looked it up a little bit at the shop there. And as we were doing stones, because she had different stones that you could pick, different angles, different ideas. You could have done the plain, anything like that. But I've always been drawn to a pearl, and we talked about that. Like pearls are wisdom.
Yep.
And I like that. We all need to make good, wise choices as women, and empowered. And then there's the ankle bracelet itself. The meaning of an ankle bracelet, as opposed to a pair of earrings or opposed to this, does talk about how a woman is moving into and transitioning into a different empowered state. And I was like that. Oh, I just loved it. Yeah. I'm really very proud of
That
it.
explains a lot.
It does. It explains a lot. I knew when we went down there. I knew immediately I wanted an ankle bracelet. That's what I wanted.
And you got it.
All right. What about this stone?
So this is called a crazy lace agate stone, and it was the stone itself was designed also by the same gentleman in Nashville. So I'll be buying more stones from him. But I wanted to put it on it's big. I don't usually do big, but it was big, and I've got some other ones that are just, you're gonna die.
It's beautiful.
But so yeah, I just wanted to put my own twist on it. We're all irregular. And so I wanted to kind of give it a little slant and just kind of give it something unique because the piece
it's
itself is
perfectly
pretty
irregular.
Yes.
We're all perfect that way.
Exactly.
And I think this one's really important to talk about because so many times people want to have birthstones. We all want to put our own meaning in these pieces.
Right.
And this was a piece that you told us, you could have your birthstones or your kids' birthstones or whatever put in.
Yes, you can do whatever stone you want. And I had a gal came in and she was about to have a baby, and she wanted to have it was actually these were her colors. Of course, it wasn't her size, but she wanted to have. She didn't know what the third one was going to be because it was like she didn't know it was going to be in the end of May or June, and so it was kind of exciting. So I started the ring and didn't get to finish it until the baby was born.
Oh, and that makes it all the more special.
Yes,
it's like it grew with it.
Yeah, so I love the stories, whether it's permanent jewelry or jewelry when we get it picked out for a person. It's just
Love it.
It's meaningful to me, and that's and that's important.
Love. And this one, I just liked the mannequin. I just loved it. I thought it just,
my scarves, people, I try to make them look like clothes, and they must have done a good job because people do try to buy my scarves.
I don't know what it was. It just, something in this just seemed very, I don't know. It just seemed like it was picturesque. So there we go.
Thank you. And the necklace isn't so bad either.
The necklace was fabulous. They're all fabulous.
This is a great necklace.
Okay,
I love these diamond shapes.
Does this one have a story, or is it just gorgeous?
This one was I just wanted to mix the sheet metal with the wire and do it in a cool way. And, again, geometrics and diamond shapes, all of the things are what I do. So I wanted to do that, and I love it.
It's beautiful.
And it just hangs.
And the display.
Yes.
It's
The display is very cool.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
I love it so much.
Yeah. But it's a good layering piece, too, so you can wear, long pieces with it as well.
All right, and I think that we have one last picture we need to talk about that is also fabulous. That one.
Susie! That's my pride and joy. Her name is Susie. I'm also referred to as the Lepa dog. And so, she was rescued from the wild, I say. I was at a ranch, and she was kind of there and was trying to feed herself, and she didn't like people at all. She didn't trust people at all, and she was dirty and hungry, and she kind of adopted me, really. She let me finally she ate out of my hand. It took me 3 days to get her to do that.
Aww.
And then she still wouldn't let me pet her. She was following me around the whole weekend, but she wouldn't let me pet her.
She knew you needed her.
And then when I did pet her, it was over. She couldn't get enough, and I was hers.
Well, she was great. And like, you just had your door open, and she just kind of comes and goes, and people know
she's
who
my welcoming
Susie
committee.
is.
So when people come in, she'll come out, she'll greet, she wants to know if they've got food, first of all, and then she'll get, snuggled.
She needs a little sign with what her favorite treats are.
Right? And then she does that, and then she just scooches back and does her thing. She likes to nap a lot, which is,
Well, she was great.
Like
People need to meet Susie, or she's going to come out and greet them anyway.
She's going to come and greet you, like it or not.
I like it that you have, like you've got the gift, not just with Susie, but just as women, as we come into the store, that we kind of come in starved and hungry for something. And seriously,
That's right.
we come in a little starved and hungry for something. We're scared. We don't know really kind of where to go.
Right.
And you take just a moment to talk to us, to nurture us a little bit and say, I see the fire that you've got inside, and I can help relight that.
Well, I
that back
appreciate
along.
that because, sometimes I don't know, because some people, when they're shopping, they don't want to be talked to.
True.
And so, but I don't really care because, but my point is that, I do offer styling services.
Right.
Not everybody wants that, but
Right.
if
Well, and I think
You
too,
know,
sometimes they just think that you're someone going to try to sell them something. They don't know that you're the artist.
No.
right.
You need a sign that says, "I made all this."
There is something different as an artist, displaying your art,
Right.
as opposed to a salesman. I just want to make a quick buck.
Right.
That's
It's
Yeah, because
it's
to
a
me,
win-win.
if if it doesn't call to you, I don't
Don't
care
wear
if you don't buy it, because I want to save it for who
Yeah.
it's for.
Right.
Because every piece is for somebody. I don't know who that somebody is.
You don't even know
Sometimes
who
when you
you're
walk
making
in,
it for,
Sometimes
but you
when you
know.
walk in, I do know it's for you. But
Yeah.
I love that. Well, you have had such wonderful stories today. Just wonderful. And Kimberly Story with Lepa Jewelry. We're so glad that you landed in Paducah and brought such fabulous art
Well,
to our town.
I almost didn't come, and so it makes me more grateful to be here, because I just found the exact spot, the connections I've made, the connections with women in particular. It's just been a blessing, and I love it. So thank you so much for inviting me.
Absolutely.
And this was my very
Oh, thank
first
you for having an
podcast.
open door that very first day we came down there.
Absolutely. Oh, I love my door
It's-
open. I just want it to be welcoming. I want you to feel, you just come in. I call it we have a jewelry party every day. That's why I have the music out. That's why I just, have the doors open, because it's a party.
I love it.
Sometimes I have wine.
That's right. Sometimes we need wine.
Yes, we do.
So before we close, I have some cards sitting in front of you.
Okay.
You get to choose whichever one you're feeling. It's going to have something fun.
Okay.
I think it'll be easy to answer, but I'm interested to see which one you pull.
Oh, see, this is all the same. I just go.
Yeah, the top
Yep,
is
you're
all
just gonna
the
pull
same.
it,
It's the
'cause
luck
you
of the
don't know.
draw.
Okay.
All right, which one you feeling? Da 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 da
All right.
da da. All right, read it.
Oh, what song would play when you walk into a room or a board meeting? I am woman, hear me roar.
Oh,
100%.
I love it. And that's so true. I believe that about you 100%. Well, all right. Thank you so much for coming on the show and joining us. And we appreciate everyone that has watched the podcast. And if you haven't been to Lepa, go.
Please
Go to Lepa.
Yes.
Please do. I'd love to help you, or just, have
You
fun.
also have a website?
I do have a website. It's still under construction. Most people know that my website was disappeared, and so I'm starting from scratch. There's not a whole lot of products on it yet, but just keep coming back. But yeah, my website is simply lepajewelry.com.
All right. And you have a
Thank you.
Facebook page.
And Facebook and Instagram.
All right.
Yes.
and thank you for the jewelry that you allowed us to
Yes.
wear today.
Oh, it's
This
nice.
is yes, the earrings, her bracelet, and the lariat necklace.
The lariat
I love
necklace
this lariat
is one of my
because
favorites. Let me just tell you, it just brings your sexy on.
I know this is not
that's-
something that I normally
Well,
wear
you
every
should.
day.
Well, you should.
So,
Because let me tell you, when you
thank
when you put sex appeal on, that puts you into your power too, in a big way. When you feel pretty and you feel sexy, there's no stopping you. And you look fantastic.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
All right, folks. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Behind the Sign is filmed and produced at Collab-Works Media Productions.